the presentation is going on, there's a question. There's someone who said the following statement: before you heal someone, ask him if he is willing to give up the things that made him sick. Do you know a person who said this statement? That's your homework. Next time when I'll be talking about temperance, come with the answer. The person who said, before you heal someone, ask him if he is willing to give up the things that made him sick. Now I have a question. What is disease? Disease is an effort of nature to free the system from the condition that result from a violation of the laws of health. So there are things which we do that make us sick. So when we are sick, actually that's the nature or the body trying to free itself from the conditions which we are in, which are not good for our health. What should we do when we are sick? In case of sickness, the cause should be ascertained. Basically, do the investigation. Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling right now? And when that happens, unhealthful condition should be changed. Wrong habits should be corrected. And when you do that, you're on your way towards health. And after you do that, there's something interesting that you should do. The nature is to be assisted in her effort to expel impurities and reestablish the right conditions in the system. That is when you start doing things like exercise, rest, having good enough sleep, and all those things. You are trying to assist nature. Right. These are the things like trusting in divine power, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, rest. There's an acronym or abbreviation. It's called God's Plan or New Start. These are the things we use. But today I'm going to talk about the brain and depression and all that. So in this world, there are many things that affect our health. One of them is depressing emotions. So there are people who go around with sorrow and trouble, and all they can see, all they talk about is all this. And it affects their health so badly that it interferes with the digestion. So when you're thinking a lot, it affects even the digestive system, and that affects the whole health. So what should we do in the face of all this? Try to focus on cheerfulness and hope, because grief and anxiety cannot remedy anything. However, they can do greater harm to our health. I'm just going to go to the scientific side of it. 9%, at least 90% of our diseases started in our thinking, and there's something we should do about that by starting thinking on a positive side of life. Now, this is a research. They were trying to look at the power of forgiveness into a number, about 199 people who were married and divorced. And what they did was they tried to see if forgiveness helped them live a better life after separating from their ex-spouse. So those who did forgive their ex-spouse proved to have a better life than those who didn't. And another study also was just pointing out that forgiveness is it's a strategy of coping with mental illness and all that. So if you are able to forgive others, it helps you. But if you are unable to forgive others, you end up having mental illnesses and all that. To end my story, I'll give a story about the brain. So you see, in the brain, there are many parts, but there's a place called hypothalamus, and then there's hippocampus. So in the hippocampus is where the memories are kept of good and the bad things that happen to you. Now, there's a story of an old lady, a teacher, who retired, and she was sick. She had a liver problem for about 30 years. and she went to one of Adventist natural or lifestyle treatments area whereby they use lifestyle approach to heal. So when she went there, for the first few weeks, she started becoming better. And for 2 weeks, she was okay. She started walking. And she told the doctor, I have never felt this. For 30 years, I was always sick, but now I feel good. After 2 weeks, she became very sick again. But the doctors were doing all they could. They were giving her all the natural remedies, all the food, proper diet, but it was not working. So the doctors were thinking, what went wrong? So one of the doctors came to this lady and asked, I have a question. Are you dealing with anything that has to do with emotions? And the lady was quiet and started crying. And the doctor said, I don't want to infringe on you. If you don't want to share, that's fine. But then the lady said, I have to share this. You see, when I was 15, my father abused me. And when I got married, I was actually even worse, abused and raped by my husband, that my reproductive system was damaged. And I cannot forgive them. See, what happened is, as she was recovering, every time the memories of all those things that happened that she was not ready to forgive them came, it made the body produce chemicals that stopped the health from becoming health. So today I want to share to you in the 8 minutes that I had that there is power in forgiveness, and it's much more than I can present. 1 minute of anger suppresses your immune system for 6 hours. Think about that. I'm going to end with one of the most interesting things. You see, God is the only one, Jesus, who was able to heal people, bring people from life, give health. And this is it. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, again, and forget not all his benefits. Why? Who forgiveth all thy iniquity. He forgives all our iniquity, and he does what? Who healeth all thy diseases. May the Lord help you and help me to be forgiving.